year, right? You had a pretty good view of how this team developed. You were brought in to help that development while giving Ottawa depth. How would you rate this season on a 1 to 10 scale?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I think it's tough. I think there's a lot of things that went into this year that don't normally go into a hockey season, obviously. It's tough to, it's obviously going to be high on that scale just for the fact that we grew so much as a team. And I think with how many young players we had this year, each and every one of them, drastically changed. From game 1 to game 35, it's to be honest, it's quite incredible how much the team has changed with the same personnel for the most part. It's I'm very glad I got to be a part of it. That they get to call me, one of their leaders, and I hope that they were satisfied with the job that I did. Personally, I would have liked to contribute a little bit more offensively in my own game, but that happens, and obviously I'm going to work on my own things this summer and try to be better for them next year. But for them as a team, I think just a 1-8 or 2-8 start to start the year, and we very easily could have packed it in, especially with the shortened season, and just hope for the end of the season to come a little quicker. But that's not what we did. We put so much time and effort into practices. The amount of practices we had this year was pretty much the same as a full season. Like with the less games, and it was just way more practice days, and they weren't easy. We put a lot of hard work in there with all our systems and battling and compete. And I think that's why we went on that streak at the end. Is everyone stuck with it, and we wanted to get better each and every day as players ourselves, but as a team in a whole. And I think we did that successfully. I think I'm pretty happy with even the ring today, even though today wasn't the way we wanted to go. But the way this season ended and the way we grew as a team throughout the year, I think this organization has a pretty bright future, and it obviously it starts down here for sure.
And what do your off-season plans look like?
A lot of hockey, maybe a little bit of time surfing. That's kind of my big side hobby is going surfing over in Tofino on Vancouver Island. But a lot of skating, a lot of working out. At the end of the day, this is what I love to do, and this is what I want to do for a very long time. I'll do whatever it takes to do that.
Do you still have school left to do, or did you get all that finished up?
Thankfully, that's all finished up. I had my last final exam, not yesterday, but the day before. Mom was happy with all the grades. That's all that matters.
That's great. Thanks so much for this. Enjoy the time off.
On a season you'll never forget, Troy. Basically, 2 questions, non-game related. It's been going on 15 months since the Belleville Senators have actually played in Belleville, and I know fans are trying to follow it from a distance. If you had a message for them, what would it be?
Well, certainly appreciate their patience. It's you're absolutely right. The last 15 months, for everybody, has been very difficult times and a lot of adversity in all aspects of life, quite frankly. So, I think that obviously we missed CA Arena and our setup, and we had to make big adjustments this year. But overall, I think it's positive that we're going to be going back to Belleville, and I think they should be excited about the amount of youth that's coming in. I think it's, I know as a coaching staff, we're going to put the wish list together and make sure we're very, very competitive, because at the end of the day, it's a lot of fun to win, and winning is part of developing. So we want to make Belleville proud in terms of getting in the playoffs. And it's been unfortunate, that, if you look at our 3-year, year now, it's the first year we missed it by a win. And last year, I think we had the potential to be something special. And obviously this year's team has progressed tremendously over the last 3-4 months, where I do feel we would have made playoffs. I don't know where we would have done or how much we could have done in playoffs, but I do feel that based on the improvement over the course of the months, that we would have been a playoff team if it would have been a normal season based on the progression of the team.
The only other question I have, and I acknowledge it may not be fair, but I'll ask it anyway. The season's only been over for 30 minutes. What about you? Is next year too far off to talk about, or can you enlighten us?
Well, I think that, for me, it's tomorrow we've got a coaches meeting, and as you know, it's the May 2-4 weekend. So I'm just going to kick back for 3 days and decompress with the family. But certainly I love working for the Ottawa Senators organization. It's small in terms of the amount of people that work within it, but it's been a great 3 years, and I certainly hope to continue on moving forward. And, when you start coaching all these young players, you get attached as well in terms of their development and trying to get them to the NHL. And sometimes you feel you need to finish the job. And so, we'll see where it takes us here over the next, few weeks. But, certainly happy to stay, and we'll see where it goes, once we get through the weekend and sit down with management and get through our exit meetings. And, there's lots to do here in terms of, we have our own list of things that we want to finalize from a coaching perspective. And then we'll turn the pages to next year.